And they're supplementary because if you really wanted to take a look at it, right, you would know that angles B and D here form a linear pair, right? It means angles F and H form a linear pair. So it would not make sense for these two angles to be congruent. That means that our only other relationship there that is left is supplementary angles. Okay? Now we have alternate exterior angles. Now, alternate exterior angles, another great name, right? Alternate, meaning they're going to be on opposite sides of the transversal, and they're going to be exterior, so they're on the outside, right? And these two angles here highlighted in blue are alternate exterior angles, all right? And alternate exterior angles are congruent, okay? So once again, these angles are the same. And what I have realized right now is that I've missed one type of angle pair relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, I'm going to add this relationship, and I'm going to get back to you in a second. Now it's going to take a little bit of time, but for you, it's going to feel like no time. And we're back. And we have our last angle pair relationship, which are corresponding angles. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this one does not have a very cool name, right? It doesn't really tell us what they do. But corresponding angles are angles that are going to be like one spot over from each other on the same side. Okay. Now, just by looking at this, what do you guess? Are they going to be supplementary or are they going to be congruent? You know what? I believe most of you guessed right. I believe, and it wasn't really a guess, you were using your critical thinking skills to tell me that these are congruent. Okay? So, I know we just learned 5 new angle pair relationships, so that's a lot, right? And we also went over 2 relationships that I don't know, we practiced, but maybe some of us didn't really get the full meaning of them. But what we want to do now is we want to practice this angle pair relationships, all right? And what I did here, and of course I made a mistake spelling, but I'm going to make sure to correct that on yours, is I have a transversal, which is line T here, and line T intersects between 2 parallel lines, line L and line M. And down here, I have written down all the different angles that we have learned. Once again, I have to give you a quick... No, actually, I can just do this right now. I'm just going to add corresponding angles here. Again, this will be fixed for your document, so don't you worry. But let's take a look. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to name 2 pairs of each type of angles from 2 parallel lines that are intersected by a transversal. So before I ask you to name 2, I'm going to give you 1 for each one. So vertical angles. What's a pair of vertical angles here? Well, let's take a look. Just at this bottom one, right? Vertical angles, angles 5 and angles 8, right? Angles 5 and angle 8 are vertical angle. So you can use angle 5 and angle 8. Okay? So the greater than sign, this is the less than sign here, you can use as a way to name, say, angle, right? The way we would actually write it is, well, no, that's fine. So angle 5 and angle 8, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to, for your practice, name 2 more sets of vertical angles. We have linear pair, right? There's a lot more linear pairs here than 1, but I'm just going to give you one example. I'm going to say angle 7 and angle 8 are a linear pair. Angle 7 and angle 8, all right? Again, these 2 right here would be my linear pair. Again, just by looking at this, I believe there's 15 more sets of linear pairs. I could be wrong, that number could be 8, but I believe actually it would be 8 more sets of linear pair, 7 more actually because I named one. But just give me two more, okay? Now let's take a look at same side interior. Same side interior, if you are forgetting what it means, let's take a look back up on our guided notes. Same side interior. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, I see. So they're on the same side, they're an interior, and they are supplementary. Okay. So we're going to go back down here. We're going to look at our transversal. All right. You're going to name same side, okay, and interior. So same side. Okay. So let's just look at this side. And they're interior, so they're inside. Oh, okay. So angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6. Now, for this one, there's only one more pair of same side interior angles. Okay? So, you're only going to have to give me one more pair, all right? Okay, let's move into alternate interior. You know what? I forgot what that means. So alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Well, that doesn't give me too much, right? It's telling me what the relationship. Oh, but I can look at the picture, and the pictures tell me that alternate interior angles are angles 1 and 2, right? Or angles 4 and 3. So I'm going to go back down here. Alternate means they are opposite sides of the transversal and they're in the inside. So angles 3 and angle 6 are opposite, right? They're not on the same side, but they're both on the inside. So I can write down angles 3 and angle 6. So again, you're going to have to give me one more. I'm kind of getting I'm kind of understanding how to do this now. So same side exterior angles, I'm just going to look same side. Okay, so I'm going to look at the right side of the transversal and their exterior. So it can't be 4 and 6 because they're on the interior. Oh, so 2 and 8 are going to be my same side exterior angles. So I'm going to say angle 2 and angle 8. Okay. Again, I'm going to only ask you to give me one more because that's all you're going to be able to do. Then alternate exterior. So I'm going to look at opposite sides and on the outsides. Would angles 1 and 7 be alternate exterior? No, they would not be alternate exterior. Actually, those would be same side exterior angles, right? 1 and 7. But if I did angles 1 and angles 8, are they alternate sides? Yes. Are they exterior? Yes. So angle 1 and angle 8 are going to be alternate exterior angles. And once again, for this one, you just have to give me one more pair because that's all that exists on these set of lines. And finally, we have corresponding angles. And for corresponding angles, you know what? I forgot what that means. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to take a look. It's telling me they are always congruent, which again will be helpful in the future, but for now, we're just trying to name angles, right? In the relationship. But corresponding angles are angles that are like one jump away from each other, right? So corresponding angles here, one's going to be on the interior, one's on the exterior. That's always going to be the case. Okay, so if I take a look at here, angle 4 and angle 6, well, no, those are on the same. They're both on the interior. One's going to be on the exterior. Oh, angle 4 and angle 8, right? All right, so angle 4 and angle 8. Now, for corresponding angles, I would like you to give me 2 more sets because there's actually 3 more on these set of lines, okay? So if you can give me 2 more sets of corresponding angles, that would be fantastic, okay? All right, well, that's going to be enough for today's lesson, right? I think, that's been a lot of learning here. thank you for doing this and for listening and for following along. What I want you to do is do your practice, submit it, right? Make sure you've taken down the notes that I have written down, and expect another one of these where we're going to use the same skills to figure out what these angles equal, right? And then that's going to lead us to do a IXL activity where we are practicing. Now, it is important that, you are following along with me and you are actually doing this, because if you miss on something, and especially if you miss one of these earlier lessons, you're going to have a hard time with the more difficult lessons. Now, again, I understand that this is a very tough time. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are, staying inside, isolating yourselves, not spreading any coronavirus. And I hope you all are doing well. And, and I hope all your families are doing well. All right. Well, till next time when I post another one of these awesome lessons.